In 1945, a train carrying Nazi gold vanished without a trace, becoming a ghost of history. Today, we descend into the abyss to find the truth. Deep beneath the freezing Baltic waves, a secret project is about to uncover a fortune that has been hidden for over 80 long years of silence. Operation Black Box begins now. We are hunting for the lost treasure of the Third Reich, buried 300 meters beneath the crushing ocean pressure tonight. History remembers the stories of the gold trains, iron behemoths that disappeared into the fog of war as the Soviet army closed in from the east. Witnesses spoke of heavy crates, guarded by elite units, loaded onto a train that left Breslau and was never seen again by the eyes of man. What was once a symbol of power is now a rotting skeleton of steel, claimed by the salt in the shadows of the deep Baltic floor. The surface team battles the elements, deploying the most advanced technology ever built to reach a tomb that was never meant to be opened by anyone.
That's not right.
This is more than
the
a
density
recovery mission.
readings are fluctuating.
It is a surgical strike into the
Rerouting
past,
analysis and
requiring
stabilizing
nerves
the
of steel
sensor
and
array.
technology that defies the ocean's weight. The coordinates are locked. The target is identified. Beneath us lies the prize that many have died for, waiting in the silence of the abyss. 300 meters of liquid darkness separate us from the gold. The journey down is the first step into a world where light never reaches.
Pressure
In the
differential is
control
spiking
room,
in
every
sector
heartbeat
gamma.
is measured against the mission clock. The
Rerouting
technicians
ballast
watch the screens
immediately.
with intense
We're losing
focus
depth
as
control.
the robot nears the floor. There it is. The sonar signature confirms a massive metallic structure, egg shattered by the impact of the sinking or the violence of a final explosion. The environment is lethal. At 312 meters, the pressure is immense, and the temperature is just above freezing in these dark depths. The mechanical scout is our eyes and hands. It descends through the water column, carrying the hopes of the entire crew into the unknown territory. Through the murky depths, the ROV descends, its lights cutting through the darkness like twin stars falling toward the center of the Earth's watery grave. Contact. The light reveals the scarred skin of the beast. 80 years of corrosion have turned the train into a haunting relic of a fallen empire. The seafloor is disturbed, awakening the ghosts of the past. Visibility drops as the fine silt rises, masking the dangers that lie hidden within. Engineers analyze the structural integrity of the wreck, and every beam and rivet is mapped to ensure the robot doesn't trigger a catastrophic collapse during entry. The scanners have detected high-density anomalies in the rear compartments. That is where the gold should be, buried under tons of rusted, twisted steel. We move with extreme caution. This is not just a search for gold. It is a delicate operation where one wrong move means total failure. Inside the heart of the wreckage, the darkness is absolute. The robot pushes forward into a maze of bent metal and forgotten military secrets. The light reveals a terrifying sight. Spiked spheres, dormant but deadly, litter the area. These are naval mines, left over from the Great War's end. These silent sentinels have guarded the treasure for decades. The salt has not yet neutralized their lethal potential. They remain ready to detonate tonight. The detonators are still armed. A single bump or a change in pressure could trigger a blast that would vaporize everything within a 50-meter radius. There it is. Yet the glimmer of gold is unmistakable, but it lies in the shadow of death. The treasure is literally touching the explosives. The irony of history, the wealth of a nation protected by its own instruments of destruction. We must be perfect, or we will be gone. The alarms scream in the control room. The presence of unexploded ordnance changes the entire mission profile, from recovery to high-stakes bomb disposal. The pilot's hands are steady, but the tension is thick. He knows that he is controlling a multi-million-dollar robot through a literal minefield. The slightest vibration is a threat. The current must be countered with precision to prevent the robot from being pushed into a lethal contact. Visibility is the enemy. As the sediment drifts, the pilot must navigate by memory and sonar to avoid the invisible spikes of the mines. We begin the precision surgery. A laser cutter is deployed to remove the obstructions that prevent us from reaching the gold without touching the mines. Every grain of sand must be removed with care. The vacuum clears the area around the fuse, revealing the delicate mechanism hidden beneath the mud. We are working in increments of 0.1 millimeters. The AI compensates for the ocean currents to keep the mechanical hand perfectly still. The laser slices through the decay of time. It is a slow, methodical process that requires total concentration and a perfect steady hand from above. The clamp closes. This is the moment of greatest risk. We must lift the debris without letting it slip or vibrate against the mine. Tension builds as the metal is gripped. The sound of stressed steel travels through the water, a warning of the catastrophe that could happen. It is a dance with death in the dark. The beauty of the floating particles masks the extreme danger of our current situation at depth. The gap is almost non-existent. We are threading a needle in a hurricane of pressure and cold. Success depends on the math and the machine. And above, on the ship, the air is cold but the team is sweating. Every person in the room knows the stakes are
Calculating
incredibly high
stabilization
tonight.
parameters.
The AI is our silent partner,
Counterforce
processing
engaged.
thousands of data points per second.
Stability
To ensure
achieved.
the robot's platform remains as steady as a mountain, centimeter by centimeter, the obstruction is removed. The weight of the steel plate is immense, but the hydraulic system handles it with mechanical grace. In the silence of the deep, the machine works. No human could survive here, but our technology allows us to reach across the vast centuries. The clearance is achieved. The immediate threat of detonation is bypassed. But the mission is far from over. The gold is finally
Systems
within
check
reach.
complete.
A
All
brief moment
stations
of
report
relief
green.
ripples through the ship.
Prepare for the next sequence.
But there is no time for celebration yet. We must now secure the prize we found. Stability is regained. The ROV repositions itself to face the open crates, its lights revealing the treasure that has been hidden for so long. The brush clears away 80 years of ocean grime. Underneath the silk, the gold is as bright as the day it was forged in fire. The symbols of a dark era emerge from the mud. This is pure white gold, stamped with the mark of the regime that once terrorized Europe. Rows upon rows of wealth. Thousands of bars are estimated to be here, a fortune that could change the global market if fully recovered today. The first bar is secured. It is a moment of historical triumph. The lost gold of the Baltic is no longer a myth. It is real. The light of the gold fills the room, a stark contrast to the dark, rusted surroundings. It is a hauntingly beautiful sight in the abyss. Each bar is placed into a secure cage. We must be efficient. The weather on the surface is turning, and our window of time is closing. The cage fills with the weight of history. Every bar represents a story, a theft, or a tragedy from the most violent chapter of mankind. The ascent begins, and the gold is leaving its watery grave, rising through the layers of the ocean toward the world of the living once more. It travels through its pressure zones, a slow journey from the dark past into the bright future. We watch its progress on every ship monitor, vivid gold against the rot of war. This image captures the essence of the mission, finding value in the wreckage of a destroyed world. The ocean exhales as we take our prize. The bubbles mark the path of our success, rising faster than the heavy treasure we now carry. Light returns. The deep blue gives way to the morning sun as the gold nears the air for the first time in 8 decades. Morning breaks over the Baltic. The storm has passed, leaving a quiet sea to witness the return of the lost treasure of the right. On deck, the cage lands with a heavy thud. The weight is real. The mission has succeeded against all odds and the dangers of the deep. The work of preservation begins immediately. Each bar must be documented, cleaned, and studied to understand its origin and its journey through time. The gold is eternal. While empires fall and ships rot, this metal remains unchanged, a silent witness to the madness and greed of men. Operation Black Box departs. We leave the wreckage behind, but we carry the truth with us. The sea has finally given up its secret. History is not just in books. It is hidden in the dark places of the world. We must remember the past to protect our future. The search is far from over. Many more secrets remain buried in the abyss, waiting for those brave enough to look into the dark.